Today we're going to be talking about when we value connection over investment. So a lot of the ideas I'm talking about today come from a dating and relationship coach named Matthew Hussey. So he talks about how we tend to overvalue connection. So you know when you like a person and you have a really great time with them and you're like, oh, we connect so well and we're just always on the same level and we vibe and we have so much fun. You know, that feels amazing. And a lot of times when that happens, we start to have a little picture in our heads of what future could be like with this person. And we think, oh, it'd be amazing. It'd feel so good. Oh, I'd make them so happy. They would make me so happy. Oh, it'd be so amazing. But unfortunately, that doesn't mean a whole lot unless they want the same thing that you do. If they're willing to invest in you in the same way that you want to invest in them. That's a hard pill to swallow. And it's something he's talked about quite a lot. And like, I get it in my head. I'm like, yep, makes total sense. But there's been a person I've been chasing for a long time. Where I have not been listening to his advice. Even though I knew that I should, but I was like, well, I'm not going to. Because if I'm not chasing this person, then once they're ready to date, they will go date some crap bag. Some terrible person. So I better be on my guard. Like, I don't care if I'm putting in all this time and all these emotions. Like, I'm going to be there, like, the second they're ready. And I had to, like, for whatever reason, it finally clicked into place where I was like, Kira, you need to stop doing that. And I've realized this before, but it more fully clicked into place, I think. And another reason why I believed it helped is because I am sort of selfishly writing about this very theme in my fourth book, where there's a character that is very into someone and they have to learn how to let them go. And I think writing her struggles has been helpful to me, and to be like, if she can do it, I can do it, which sounds really silly because she's not real. I mean, she's real up here, but there's like a universe somewhere, like a Kiraverse, where all the books I write are like real. But yeah, it's helping me. And then Matthew Hussey had a interview with Lisa Bilyeu on the Women of Impact, and he had a new analogy that I feel like I cannot describe well, but it helped me. So he was talking about, I believe it was his brother, that had a lady over and she stole his poetry, like something he was very proud of, I think. And he was like, what, why would you, like, steal my wallet, steal my possessions? Like, don't steal my poetry. And saying that poets are a dime a dozen. Tons and tons of poets, tons of people that have the potential to make something, but only so much poetry. The actual poetry is rare. So we have all these people around us where we might have a beautiful connection with them. We might vibe with them. We might really enjoy spending time with them. But it's very rare that we find someone that we can make poetry with. And those are the people we have to actually spend our time on. And so what I've been doing is making a little mantra, it sounds silly, of value the poetry. Because I'm realizing that that connection means nothing without it. There's another poet over there, and they seem amazing. Unless you're making poetry together. Doesn't matter words. Doesn't matter how amazing the connection is if they're not going to invest. And that we can't fight them or argue them or persuade them into making poetry with us. Because he said that's something that people do. And I felt like personally called out when he was saying that somebody might give reasons. And then we're going to try to overcome them. We're like a salesperson. Like, ooh, what's your objection? I'm going to overcome your objection. But no, don't do that. Because you're just spending all this time and energy just waiting for this person to want to invest back in you. And they're probably not going to. A caveat to this is, how do you know if someone wants to invest in you? Like, you don't just sit back. You don't just, like, look at a person over there and just be like, they're not investing in me. I guess they're not interested. I'll move on. Like, you do need to put a little forward. Give a little bit of something. Be like, hey, let's hang out. What's your number? I like you. Like, whatever. Spending that little bit of time, giving a little, and then see how they respond. If you do that a little and they don't, then you need to just get gone. But if they do, then you can kind of keep giving and giving and giving and see if they reciprocate. And then you have that investment on both sides. And that's beautiful and lovely. And this thought has helped me in my current relationship too, because I realize just how often my partner is investing. And it's kind of beautiful. It makes me feel special because every day he'll call me while he's at work just to check up and see how things are going, or he'll help do dishes or bring up the laundry or just all these little different things, or he tells me that he loves me or that I'm pretty or whatever. So, every single day he's investing in us. I'm like, that's so beautiful. Random note, in case you're wondering, we're like ambi-amorous. We're kind of like between monogamous and polyamorous. So he knows about my pining for a person. He kind of has his special someone. I have my half special someone that I'm letting go. Because they're amazing. But they're not going to invest. And that's okay. That's not their fault. That's not my fault. So I'm moving on. And I'm feeling a lot better about it. Whenever I tried to do this before, I would feel sad. But I'm feeling better. I think writing has helped. I think seeing the strength in my character is helping. It's so weird. So yeah, if you're pining after someone, or if you're in a kind of relationship with someone, you're giving and 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 you're getting crumbs back, you need to Lizzo yourself. You need to do your hair toss. You need to check your nails. And you need to walk your fine ass out the door. Because you're feeling good as hell. So go on with your bad self. Do that. Value the poetry. Value the investing. Like a good financial advisor. Or something. Okay, I'm done. Bye.